Raj Joshi and I'm a producer here at Electronic Arts Los Angeles. I'm working on The Lord of the Rings, The Battle for Middle-earth 2 on the Xbox 360. Now what we're going to do today is walk you through a few simple steps to get you up and running on the downloadable demo, which is available at Marketplace. So we brought all the depth and complexity that you'd be used to on a real-time strategy game, but we've tailored it for the controller of the Xbox 360. Now there's a lot going on in this game, but we can get you up and running in just a few minutes and get you involved in some of the big battles of Middle-earth. Why don't we take a look at the demo right now? So moving the camera around in this game should be pretty intuitive to anybody who's held a console controller before. The left stick is going to move the camera around, and the right stick will rotate and zoom. Left and right rotating, and up and down will zoom in and out. To select a unit, we'll just highlight over one of the units in the game. He gets a highlight pad underneath him, and then we just hit the A button to select him. Once he's selected, to move him we just use the left stick to find a spot on the map, hit the A button, and he's on his way. Since we've selected a builder, he has a little more added functionality. To access that functionality, I'm going to pull in and hold that right trigger and use the D-pad to scroll over to build a goblin cave here. I'm just going to find a place for it, since you can build anywhere in this game, and then press the A button to select to build. Now while that's building, we've figured out how to move one unit around, but really this game is about moving tons of units at any given time. So I'm going to come up here and pull in and hold my left trigger. That's going to highlight everybody I see on screen. Hitting the A button will confirm my selection and select everybody. To move them, the same way as I move the builder, just find a place on the map, hit the A button, and they're on their way. Now I've hit the X button here to snap to my selection. I love to snap to my selection, especially when they're moving through the level, so I can get a really close look on what's going on, and I can also get a kind of a cinematic feel. Oftentimes we're going to be playing this game in our living room. This usually makes it a little more entertaining for the people who are watching. Alright, it looks like the elves aren't really happy with our presence, so to attack them, we just simply highlight them and hit the A button. The way our camera controls are set up, it's really easy to get close in on the battle. Now I find myself rotating the camera quite a bit in this game. So for those of us who aren't used to rotating the camera, in case anybody gets disoriented, we can just click down on the right thumbstick and then it'll reorient the camera north and also pull the camera back out for us. We've done pretty well in that battle, but we've taken a few losses, so I'm just going to regroup our forces up back here near the base. Now while they're moving on the way up, instead of making you watch me rebuild all of my units, I've actually stashed a few units up here towards the top of the map. So to select them and move them down with the rest of our units, I'm actually going to show you a different way of selecting. If I were to highlight over one unit and press and hold down the A button, I'll get the paintbrush icon. Now moving my cursor over other units while holding that A button will just paint select these other units into our selection set. This is something similar to the marquee select that you would find on a PC RTS. Alright, now that everybody's selected, let's move them down with the rest of our units and group everybody up and try and go and kick some more elven butt. Now while they're moving down, I'm going to show you yet another way to select everybody. In the same way that we selected everybody on screen, I'm going to pull in and hold that left trigger. While I'm holding in that left trigger, if I were to double tap A, that would select all of our units regardless of where they are on the screen or in the mission. Now that everybody's selected, I'm going to move them and get them into place to attack our elven enemies that are waiting for us across the river. Once I find where I want to place them, I can press and hold down the A button. The formation preview allows me to set up my units in a strategic way that'll be best for battle. By moving the stick left to right, I can change the orientation of my units. And by moving up and down, I can change the width and the depth of my units. Once I find a setup that I like, I let go of the A button, and that enables my units to move into place into the formation. I'm going to hit the X button again here to track them on their way down. Now while our units are setting up, I did want to touch on the fact that even though I've had a pre-built army that we've been using here, really building and customizing your army to your own needs and desires is really what this game's all about. There's a lot of fun picking out your individual units and figuring out exactly how you want to structure your army. Okay, it looks like our units are almost into place here, and now once they're set up, we can decide how we would like to attack our enemy. We can move the camera and we can highlight our enemy as we did the earlier elven attacks, or we can move our cursor just past our enemy and double-click the A button. That'll leave a cursor behind on the ground letting us know that we just did an attack move. This will tell our units to attack every enemy along their way until they hit the point that we've selected. Now it looks like our units are rushing right in to attack these elves. Now we can let them attack all at once, or we can use our units to their distinct advantages. So I can select a troll here, change him to be a close range attack, and then get him to select a tree and have a tree be his weapon. Trolls are really a lot of fun. Get them to pick up trees, use them as baseball bats. You can even get them to toss goblins as their weapon. It looks like our troops are making quick work of the elven tree houses and the elven forces. We're doing pretty well on our way to the final objective of this mission, which is to recapture Lothlorien. That was just a taste of the single-player mission in the downloadable demo. But remember, it's just a sliver of the main game, as there's 8 missions in both the good and the evil campaigns. And let's not forget about multiplayer. We've given you one multiplayer map for you to try your hand at some online play. In the main game, there's 40 multiplayer maps and 5 different multiplayer modes. Hope you've enjoyed this demo and hope it's been instructive as well. If you want a more in-depth, step-by-step look at the game, we have included a basic tutorial for you. Hope you enjoy playing our game, and I hope to see you online for some multiplayer action.